Aloha class, I'm doing brief exercise 2-5, so it's asking about what amount of overhead is applied for this job, right? So they give you a predetermined overhead rate, $23.40 per direct labor hour. Remember, our predetermined overhead rate is the total manufacturing overhead that is expected, and then divided by an allocation base, and our allocation base for this company is direct labor hours. So you could double check their math if you really wanted to. We could get this one divided by this one, and it should equal this amount. Let's get some more decimals in there. Oh, yep, that is how they calculated it, a predetermined overhead rate. So remember, these are both estimates. So dollar amount estimate divided by an allocation base, that's how you're going to get your predetermined overhead rate, right? And we have this manufacturing overhead T account. So you really will not know this ending number till the end of the period. Then you can really know your actual total amount, right? So this actual amount will be a debit to manufacturing overhead. So 249, right? So we put our actual on the left side, and we put our applied on the right side, applied overhead, right? And if we have a debit, means our actual was greater than what we applied, what we thought we were going to use. So that means it's going to be under applied. And if our applied amount is greater than what we actually use, what we estimated is greater than we actually used, that would be a credit, and it'd be over applied. So let's see what happened, right? So we're going to use this predetermined overhead rate. We're going to times it by actual hours. So make sure you get this correct, right? So to get the amount of overhead applied, we're going to times predetermined overhead rate times it by actual hours to get the amount we applied. So keep that in mind. Predetermined overhead rate times it by actual hours that were incurred for the job, right? We'll know the actual hours as we go throughout all of the jobs that we do. So we do have that information, but we won't know the actual amount until the very end of the period. We'll know this actual manufacturing overhead. So our estimate would be this 252,720, and that's the answer they are looking for in this problem. Because how do we get the amount we applied for overhead? We do our predetermined overhead rate times by the actual hours that we incur in the period there. And if you wanted to continue on with this problem, we could see that what we applied was greater than what we actually incurred. So we had over applied here, and we could see the difference between those, see how much we over applied. So we over applied 3,720, and that would affect your cost of goods sold later. But your answer here, your final solution, is that 252,720 is the amount we applied in overhead for this problem.